Once again, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the residential commencement of the Washington Youth Challenge Academy, Class 2024-2. This marks our 31st ceremony after over 15 years of reclaiming the potential of these courageous young men and women. My name is Colonel Retired Dennis Kerwood, United States Army Deputy Director of the Washington Youth Challenge Academy, and I'm honored to be your host this morning. Please direct your attention to the rear of the auditorium as the cadets enter. Cadet First Sergeant Camilla Soto Ruiz Reyes will lead their cadence.
You left. I left my home to join the academy. I left my home to join the academy. The day I left, my mama cried. She thought that I would run and hide. The day I left, I gave my dad a hug. He said that I would make him proud. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee. To join the academy. Left, 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 right, 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 left. Come on over. It's not over. So put your guide on next to mine. And we're marching down the line. I marched in drill card 1. Did that one just for fun. So put your guide on next to mine. And we're marching down the line. Come on over. It's not over. So put your boots next to mine. And we're shining down the line. I marched in drill car 2. Did that one just for you. So put your boots next to mine. And we're shining down the line. Come on over. It's not over. So put your backpack next to mine. And we're learning down the line. I marched in drill card 3. Did that one just for me. So put your backpack next to mine. And we're shining down the line. So put your tassel next to mine. And we're striding down the line. I marched in drill card 4. We're on to more and more. So come on over. It's not over. So put your guide on next to mine. And we're marching down the line. Left, left, right, 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 left. Your left. Company, halt.
Please stand as you're willing and able for the posting of the colors, our national anthem, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the invocation. Our choir includes cadets from all 3 platoons, and 2nd Platoon Spartans serve as the color guard. Color guard, post the colors. Present arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Left, right, left, left. Color guard. Halt. Center, face. Prepare to post. Ready, cut. Ready, cut. Present arm. Order, arm. Center, face. Forward, march. Left, 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 left. Color guard. Hold. About, face. Forward, march. Left, 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 right, left, 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 left. Cadet First Sergeant Camilla Soto Ruiz Reyes will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation.
Good morning, and thank you all for being here. My name is Camila Soto Ruiz Reyes. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Present arms. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order, arms.
I invite you to join me in the invocation as your respective faith allows. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the presence of everyone here on this special morning of commencement. Thank you for giving us the strength, courage, commitment to earn our way here today. Thank you for giving us another chance to redeem ourselves from our previous mistakes. We want to say thank you for the families supporting the cadets who committed to the sacrifice of these 6 months, the cadre who have given their time and knowledge to help and guide and mentor each and every one of us back onto the right path. And for those who didn't have such supportive families, we ask that you please show them that they are strong and independent young adults who are able to reach all their goals and dreams. We also want to say thank you for the teachers who took the time and patience to help us learn. They have made a great impact in our lives, and we are forever grateful. We ask for your almighty hand to forever bless all the cadets who have come before us, came with us, and who will come after us. And we request safe travels for all those returning home today. We ask that you give us wisdom to be good people today and always. Te pido, Señor, que nos dé sabiduría para ser buenos humanos hoy y siempre. Amén.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Cadets, take seats. Once again, welcome. Good morning, Major General Welsh, Chief Command Master Sergeant Lawson, Director Steinhilber, Principal Kopecki, distinguished guests, family, mentors, friends, and most importantly, cadets of the Washington Youth Challenge Academy. Thank you for joining us in this celebration of Class 2024-2's transition from the residential phase to the post-residential phase. The youth that we serve never cease to impress me. You see, each one of them, at a very young age, looked around, took stock of themselves, and said to themselves, I'm going to do better. And then intentionally sought improvement through challenge and adversity. That takes true character. And for that, each and every one of you has earned my personal respect. And it's been an honor getting to know you and working with you. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy this celebration. We have a tradition of inviting Youth Challenge alumni to speak, and today is one of our own, a parent of a cadet that was dismissed and then reapplied and completed the following cycle. Angela Jones thought so highly of the impact that the Washington Youth Challenge Academy had on her daughter that she wanted to be part of the program. Angela currently serves as one of our case manager supervisors, and we're honored to have her on our team. Please join me in welcoming Miss Angela Jones.
Good morning. I am Angela Jones, Case Management Supervisor for our 2nd Platoon Spartans. It has been my privilege to watch the astounding growth of these young men and women, each one rising to the challenges presented and discovering that they are capable of much more than they thought possible. I am also a proud mother of a Washington Youth Challenge Academy graduate. My daughter was a cadet in 2009-2. Chelsea struggled and was dismissed, but she returned the following year for cycle 2010-2. Chelsea, like many teenagers, struggled in school, skipped classes, got in trouble, got suspended, very much like her mother had done in the 1900s. My daughter experimented with alcohol and drugs. She had a bad attitude at home, refusing to obey our family rules. Our relationship became strained. I was trying to fix my daughter. I thought I was doing everything right, and no matter what I tried, nothing was working. I should have been listening to my daughter instead of dictating what I wanted her to do and who I wanted her to be. At the academy, Chelsea was taught how to have a goal and create a plan to reach that goal. She was given structure. The Youth Academy removed distractions, which made it possible for her to focus. The schedules, structure, and physical training were key to the success that she found here. In December 2010, Chelsea graduated from the academy and returned to high school. I want to tell you that everything was perfect from then on. It was anything but perfect. At times, our journey felt almost impossible. She quit high school and she ran away from home. Eventually, Chelsea returned home and enrolled in an alternative high school where she graduated 3 months before her 20th birthday and 1 month after giving birth to her daughter, my granddaughter. Things were going well until they weren't. She left home again, and she became addicted to meth. She lived on the streets for 3 years, ended up in jail, and then started to put her life back together. Through hard work and the burning desire to create a better life for herself and for her daughter, Chelsea quit using drugs, paid her debts to society, gained employment, went to college, and turned her life around. Chelsea has been clean and sober now for 9.5 years. She's married, thank you. She's married, she has 2 beautiful children now, and she works for T-Mobile. So if you're looking for quality cell service, I'll hook you up. Just tell her mom sent you. Chelsea has been able to create this new life for herself because of what she learned here at the academy. She learned that she is strong, capable, and can exceed expectations. That when you fall, you get up again and you keep going. She learned how to find and get connected to resources, how to advocate for herself, and how to be part of a team. She learned how to lead and how to follow, how to trust in others, and how to trust in herself. If I could go back to 2010, when Chelsea came home from the YWCA after graduation, knowing what I know now, I would do things very differently. At the time, I was so happy to have her back home. I was so proud of the hard work that she had done here. So I gave her lots of treats and free time as a reward for a job well done. What I didn't understand is that the job was not done. The Youth Academy was her orientation into adulthood. I would have worked with her to provide the structure she needed to continue the upward trajectory she started here. I would change how I was parenting my daughter to fit the person that she had become at the Washington Youth Challenge Academy. I would try to remember what I was like as a teenager and give more grace for her not being as perfect as I thought I was. I would listen without judgment when she stumbled into old habits. I would remind her of what she learned at the academy that would help her get back on track. I would support her in creating plans that helped her define and reach her goals. I would work harder to repair our relationship and not expect that she and I would be fixed because the academy fixed my daughter. Your cadets will stumble. Temptation is going to reappear. Those old habits are waiting for them, just like they were for my Chelsea and the thousands of cadets that came before these fine cadets. These 22 weeks were the easy part. Your children will have the will and the ways to be successful, to reach their goals, to resist falling backwards into unproductive habits, and to set themselves straight again when they falter. Parents and family members, never lose hope. The Youth Academy did not fix your children because your children weren't broken when they arrived here. Recognize that all that we have done here was plant seeds, and they need cultivating. With structure and support, your children can thrive at school, at home, and beyond. With your support, your children can continue the epic journey they have begun here. Thank you, and congratulations, 24-2.
Thank you, Angela. You make us proud. It's now time to hear from our current cadets. We pride ourselves in meeting the youth we serve where they're at in their journey and helping them improve. Throughout the cycle, our first cadet constantly reached higher, demonstrating the kind of growth and improvement that makes everyone on my staff smile. He was the first cadet in his platoon to earn cadet sergeant, which among other things includes the privilege of getting to sit on the footlockers, which he immediately took advantage of. And I had to chuckle to myself every time I overheard someone say, "Mr. Shank, why are you sitting on that footlocker?" "Oh yeah, you're a sergeant now." It's my honor to introduce to you Cadet Sergeant Caleb Shank, representing 1st Platoon Wolfpack and hailing from Puyallup.
Thank you for the introduction, sir. Welcome, family, friends, staff members, and cadre. Thank you for taking the time from your day to be here for these young cadets. The journey up to this point has been long, and for most, very hard. I'm Cadet Caleb Shank, and this is the story of my change. To begin, I'd like to define change, to make the form, nature, content, and future course of a person or object different from what it is or from what it would be if left alone. Change is something a lot of people fear, and I'll admit, change is scary. But after coming to this academy, I've realized that sometimes what scares us is what's best for us. My journey at the academy started January 8th, 2024. I came for an interview day after my mom said that this academy was a chance to earn back some high school credits. But not even 5 minutes after I entered the bay, I was terrified of the cadre screaming "run" or "front-leaning rest position, move." Later, during my interview with Miss Faulkner, I said I was just here to see the day through, and that's what I did. At about 2 p.m., I was taken to a classroom where I was told I was on the wait list, but I knew that I wasn't coming back, at least not for the next few months. When I told my mom I couldn't go because I told my interviewer that I didn't want to be there, she was upset. For good reason, too. She spent several $100s making sure I had everything I needed to attend the academy, and I threw it away because I just didn't want to. March 13th, I came back for another interview day. This time it wasn't so bad. I felt like the process was shorter and easier. This time, I was interviewed by Miss Meyer. She brought up that I'd been here before and asked me if I changed my mind about the academy. I said yes, I had and wanted to come to the academy, and immediately had a sinking feeling in my gut. I knew I had lied straight to her face, and I'm sorry for that. I spent the next couple months trying to figure out what I was getting into. Then the big day came, July 15th, day 0. At 8 in the morning, I got packed up, hopped in the car, and started the hour-long drive to the academy. For the entire drive, I couldn't stop thinking about how miserable I'd be for the next 5.5 months. After I got out of the car, I had to say my final goodbyes to my family for the next several weeks leading up to my first phone call. For the 3 weeks leading to my phone call, I asked everyone if I could leave. I asked my cadre, I asked my mom, I asked some staff too. On day 3, I asked one of my cadre, Sergeant Brooks, if I could leave the academy. I said I wasn't ready and that I wanted to go home. After that, his reply was, 1,000 men have graduated here. Are you really weaker than 1,000 men? And I replied with, yes, I am. At that point, of course, I got sent outside to have a talk. During that talk, he told me that just coming here shows my true strength, and that I broke his heart saying that. That made me feel a little more confident, because someone that I'd known for not even a week had faith that I'd be able to complete this program. During my first phone call, I begged my mom to let me go home. I begged and begged with tears and everything. My mom told me, just wait another week and we'll see how you feel. On my next phone call, she said the same thing. At that point, I realized I wouldn't be able to leave the easy way, so I gave up asking to go home, and as our cadre say, embraced the suck. After I started doing that, I noticed that everything seemed to get a little easier day by day. Every day I noticed each push-up was less tiring, the running didn't exhaust me as much, and my memory was sharper every day. When I felt like giving up on myself in the middle of my growth, my cadre were there to talk to me and keep pushing me to reach new limits. Before I was comfortable asking for help from my cadre and staff, I asked my fellow cadets. Some cadets I've become good friends with, and I see them always putting in 100% effort no matter what, and that inspires me to be a better role model for my little brother and be a shining light for the people who feel as broken as I did when I came to the academy. Tools I've gained at the academy, such as anger management, decision-making, resume building, and emotional identification, prepare us to become adults, but it means nothing if we don't apply it. The academy truly brings out the best in people as long as they're willing to accept the change. During my change, I've become Cadet Sergeant, I've been voted for Cadet of the Month, and my grades are some of the best I've ever seen for myself. The past 5.5 months were not as miserable as I thought they would be. During acclimation, the cadres say you'll think about the academy like a home, and in acclimation, I thought that was the most outrageous idea. But eventually, as I started to make friends with cadets and the cadre I used to fear, I started to think of the academy like a home away from home. The change from home life to academy life is what terrified me initially. Now the change from academy life back to home life makes me nervous, because at the academy, I know that when I fall behind, there's going to be a cadre or staff member behind me every step of the way. But back home, I have to hold myself accountable. Congratulations to every cadet and their family here today. You've endured the very long journey to this point, and you deserve the success of your effort. I'm Cadet Caleb Shank. Thank you for listening to the story of my change.
Our next cadet speaker was also in the first group in his platoon to earn Cadet Sergeant. Throughout the cycle, he demonstrated himself diligent, resilient, respectful. He's also a capable learner, earning several academic awards. The one thing we're still working on is getting him to smile a little more. It's my honor to present to you Cadet Sergeant Anthony Davis Johnson, representing 2nd Platoon Spartans and hailing from Yakima.
Good morning, everyone. Most of you know me as Cadet Davis. Some of you may not know me at all. But today I get to have the pleasure of standing here in front of you all delivering a speech that if you had asked me at the beginning of the cycle if I was going to do something like this, I would have said no and called you crazy. I would like to start off by saying congratulations to everyone in this room right now. There are many people here who would not have made it this far had they not become more resilient. We have all had some pretty challenging experiences, and one that we all share is our time at the academy. It has not been easy for any of us being in an adverse environment with many people we know nothing about. It can be very stressful. So, at a place like this, one needs to be resilient. Whether you had to learn to be resilient or you were improving your resiliency skills, there have always been times where you were challenged in some way. What matters most is your reaction to the situation and how you deal with it in that moment. There were times where I just wanted to quit. One of those times was the evening of October 27th. That night, 2nd Platoon was misbehaving and causing problems in the bay, and the only cadre on shift that night was Master Sergeant Garcia. He wasn't in the best of mood. He wasn't in the best of moods. He had paperwork he needed to get done, and instead he was stuck babysitting the platoon. Eventually, it got bad enough that he formed us up outside and started us on in-cadence lunges. The worst part was, due to our vastly different sizes, we were lunging at different distances. In addition, Master Sergeant was the one who called cadence. The entire time we were lunging, he delivered a lecture on how he shouldn't have to babysit a bunch of teenagers. Meanwhile, the platoon was stuck in the down position of the lunge. That night required not only mental resiliency, but physical resiliency as well. The way I dealt with this was I dug deep within my person to find the real reason I came to the academy and used it as motivation and a guide to withstand the pain. It was also the perfect example for why I should finish the academy. I was inspired by my platoon mate, Nathaniel Carpenter, who always does incentive training without complaining. He inspired me to brave the program and get everything I needed and more. I aspire to be like him because he always does the right thing and shows the endurance and commitment to not let anything become a hindrance to his goals. There have also been times where we as a company have persevered through challenges we hadn't expected. For example, during the amazing race at T-Bex, the entire company was strained against what seemed like the most arduous task of the race, mind trap. Some teams were there for hours, but what matters most is that we all endured and finished it. Another great example is when we did the 5K for the Fallen run, which was a release run for the entire company. We ran 5 kilometers or 3.2 miles, and the entire time, people from different platoons were uplifting each other to keep going strong and to finish the 5K to be proud of their accomplishment. These are but a few ways that we as a company have demonstrated resilience and growth towards becoming experienced, responsible citizens. In the end, I am very glad that I stuck it through to the completion of the program because not only is my family proud of me, but I am proud of myself and have gained a level of self-confidence that I didn't have before. In addition, I'm glad that everyone here today finished with me because this is but one step in a large staircase of change that we should all have been proud of to completed. I would like to thank everyone for your time and congratulate everyone again for successfully completing the program and sharing many great experiences with the people around them.
Throughout the cycle, our final cadet speaker demonstrated herself kind-hearted, hardworking, compassionate, and willing to go out of her way to help her fellow cadets. A role model cadet that's a pleasure to work with. It's my honor to present to you Cadet Sergeant Yoseline Urina, representing 3rd Platoon Eagles and hailing from Pasco.
family, friends. Welcome to the WYCA 2024-2 commencement. I am Cadet Sergeant Fermin, and with the honor of being third platoon speaker for this class, I'd like to start off with thank you. Being able to leave this academy with the amount of knowledge, skills, and habits we've adapted to is something I am beyond grateful for. If you deeply urge to know who you truly are, then you must get out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself to greater things. Making it this far was definitely a challenge. If not for most, then for some. July 8th, interview day. For some reason, I was very excited for this. It was a second opportunity for us. Although we did not enter together, we still had to do the same things. Left hand, left knee, right hand, right knee. Feet flat, back straight, mouth shut. I know it was uncomfortable for us. The basics, it was just the beginning. Receiving a spot at the Youth Challenge as a female is something the Eagles should be proud of. Not only was it a second opportunity to carry on, it was an eye-opener for us, to prove to those in your world that we will become greater. July 15, when it began, it was a rough environment for some. Having to adjust to each other, it was the experience. Just know that we are more capable of doing things than we thought. At the beginning of this journey, those around us were our competition. Little did we know, we were our own competition. For 3rd Platoon, a couple days before graduating acclimation, we did a challenge. It was called the Will to Live. We had a kettlebell, weight of our choice, 10 up to 30 pounds. Keeping in mind, we were going to walk with this weight, holding it with 2 hands up to our chest, around the campus perimeter for hours. But the weight, time, and distance were not the only challenges to keep in mind. The Will to Live was not a competition against the others. It defined your why. Why were you here besides credits? What gives you the strength to push forward, open your eyes in the morning, just to even start your day? I know mine was, and still to this day, is to set the example for my younger siblings, for I know they look up to me at my every move. Their smiling faces and the Bible verse, todo lo puedo en Cristo que me fortalece, Filipenses 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, Philippians 4:13, were the only things crossing my mind. Although half of us gave up, the other half of the platoon kept pushing, living up to their why. Even though we still wanted to give up because of the pain, Sergeant Kunko told a few of us, it's all mental, because it is all mental. If you think it's too hard, then you just choose to give up, not only on yourself, but on those around you who know you. When we graduated acclimation, 7 girls and I were receiving a leadership position. And me being an observer, I knew they had it in them to start us off. It was an opportunity to prove ourselves wrong, that we are capable of handling stress. Not only due to the cadets, but from Master Sergeant Andrews, who was not literally trying to break us, but helping us become a tree and have the ability to bend and not break. Completing the 2 weeks of leadership, it was our turn to be followers. That was a challenge. Knowing I come from a home where initiative was my way of responding. Becoming a follower, I chose to decline, falling into bad habits. Later then, causing me to be in bad standing with the girls I lived with. I'm sure I was not the only one though. Throughout the seasons, I was realizing we were forgetting our why. Our why is what lifts us up when we fall down. Why? It was not them, the problem is me. Being too used to the things back at home had me feel like there was no sense of purpose. We learned that our feelings did not quite matter, as it is not a valid response. Your feelings don't matter. What you say does not matter. It was your actions that mattered. It was not just me, but a few. It was clear that we were here to become, or at least begin the process of becoming the greatest versions of ourselves. whether that was for you or the person behind you. I know I said coming here was a fresh start, but we had to readjust our crown, which is where we went into acclimation phase. You may not like me for this, but it was the best part while being at the academy. It was where we were basically forced to come together since we were struggling to work together, like I said, forgetting our why. Your heart gets you into everything, but your mind gets you out of everything. Sergeant Provey sensed it. The brain is the strongest muscle we have. While here as a platoon, we got forced to use it and get through challenges. With it, we set the target. We toughed it out. Most of this Master Sergeant Andrews and Master Sergeant Martinez taught us. And it's something we are all going to take home. At least I am. Each and every cadre has taught us something of value, and I am forever grateful. Over our post-residential phase, even after, we will show everyone that, however you may hear this, we are professional. We faced the challenge, and we climbed the stairs to get here. We won't be the only ones, though. To you hearing this, come and face the challenge, beat the challenge, know your why. You won't just get trained physically, but mentally, emotionally, your intuition, and your spirituality. Know where you stand as an individual, your standards, and your will to live. Look up to that one person and become greater than them. Let your surroundings doubt your capabilities and bring you down. You are your only competition. You either bring yourself up or let the words of other people defeat you. It happens to everyone, but only that one will choose to get up and prove all of us wrong. Yes, you will feel exhausted and feel like there is nothing more to give. But trust me, there is 100% and then some of effort left every time. It only feels exhausting because you are the one doing the work to get up and become greater. As my final word to you, I need you to know that even through the hardships, the doubt, the pain, the regret, in the end, you are your only competition. Thank you.
Please enjoy this montage of who your cadets have grown into.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear? Well, let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around, you will be found. You will be found. is a place where we don't have to feel unknown. And every time you call, you're a little less alone. Oh, if you only say the word, oh, from across the silence, your voice is heard. Even when the darkness crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, and you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around, you will be found. You will be even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your hand and look around, you will be found.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts.
You can put your mind and do whatever you want to do. Just tell yourself that you're capable too. But don't do things that ain't even cool. And get rid of them no good friends that's enabling you, making you feel like you won't be nothing. Your life crumbling, they talk mumbling. You gon' be something. You are glorious. We're no gangs but warriors. We well known, notorious. They can't stop you or block you or mock you. They mad 'cause you bad and they not you. You fall down but get up and skip and hop through. Kick down doors for others to walk through. You have a purpose to make you say, did I do that? Urkel. Now we calling reality virtual. This is who I am. This is me. Don't let them words hurt you.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flag, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me.
Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets hits my skin. Well, fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in.
We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. Yeah, that's what we become.
I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. Oh, yeah, boy, yeah. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flag, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me.
I'm alone, I never fit the mold. The word is so cold, hold it down on my own. Under Tryna reach up to the sky, see the moon. I got confidence cause enough flies in the room. And I've been knocked down, but I always get up. I had some fake friends, had to go and switch up. Yeah, no pain, no strain. I ain't chasing all the fame. Cause I got more to gain and I'm just trying to make a change. I'm just doing me, I'm in my own lane. I fell down a few times, but I'm up again. Marching to another drum, see me cross, see me run. When they thought that I was done, nah, here I come. I'm not weak, I get on my feet. No apologies, yeah, this is me.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be, this is me.
Director Amy Steinhilber will introduce our next speaker.
Every graduate has the benefit of a nonprofit foundation that funds a multitude of scholarship opportunities. Even years after cadets finish the program, you can visit the Washington Youth Academy Foundation's website to learn more about what they can do for you. By the way, in your programs, there's a scan code. You'll note that it doesn't work. So that's why they've...
It does now.
It does work.
We fixed it.
My bad. Communication. Good job. All right, my bad. So board members are graduate parents. They're mentors, they're boosters, they're educators, community leaders, and retired military veterans. These people serve as volunteers, sharing their time, talents, and connections to support the Academy's mission. These volunteers, they make sure the personal, professional, and academic growth you achieve while in residence continues to be fostered through financial assistance for those SMART goals that you've built for yourself. For their tireless efforts on behalf of the cadets, would our board members and boosters in the audience please stand and be recognized? And I'm talking to you guys from the beginning as well. And now, to announce this cycle's scholarship and award recipients, it's my honor to introduce our board chair. Proud parent of a 2013 graduate, Tammy Neese is the Vice President of Finance and Administration for Junior Achievement Washington and founder of the Parent Boosters.
Thank you, Amy. Cadets, families, cadre, Academy staff, mentors, and distinguished guests, I'm honored to be here today representing the Foundation Board of Directors. It's difficult to believe that just 5.5 long months ago, you dropped off your son and daughters and you were asked to trust this process. You've spent countless hours stalking the Facebook page, waiting for Sunday phone calls and letters to be delivered. And today I invite you to pause for just one moment and take a look at the reward over there before you in these incredible cadets. As a parent of graduate of a Spartan 2013-1, I want to personally welcome you to your new alumni role. I also want to echo everything that Angela said as a parent of a graduate. Parents, you did it. Cadets, I want you to look over here for a minute and look at this incredible network of support you have in your families, your friends, your community, and give yourselves a moment to appreciate this. And cadets, I want to talk to you for just a moment. I want to remind you that this moment, this day, is a day to remember. This is the day that everything you learned here goes with you as you go forward to live your life with new purpose. Remember this, you survived 100% of your worst days here. You also survived some of the best. You learned how to be resilient through tears, homesickness, muscle aches, arguments, and mistakes. You picked yourself up, often with the help of a peer or a professional here, and you kept stepping forward and starting over. Today, we are here to celebrate your profound journey into your new future. You have acquired knowledge, honed your skills, you've formed some lasting, real friendships. But beyond these achievements lies a deeper mission that defined your journey at the WYCA: resilient leadership. Each time you started over, you got better at it. First, you got better at it for yourself, and then you find you're better for those around you. Your journey, as tough as it is, you will have an impact on those around you, your family, your friends, your community, your schools. You have learned that the victories in life aren't crossing the finish line with your fists in the air and a trail of dust behind you. Victories are the faces cheering you along the way, handing you water, making sure that no matter when you cross the finish line, you are supported. After 5.5 months today, you know there really is only one finish line. Everything else is just another beginning. And as you enter the new beginning, the 2-year post-residential phase and beyond, the foundation stands ready to make sure you have a contingency of support after graduation. Cadets and families over the years, the foundation has awarded over $500,000 in cadet financial assistance, scholarships, and job training. The foundation has funded academy, science programs, reading programs, the cadet garden, a favorite, the greenhouse, and many other academic opportunities. We provide special clothing, job training equipment, tools, boots, gloves, community project service opportunities, and scholarships include all trades and all career pathways, such as cosmetology, barber certification, mechanic school, nursing, dental, and many other careers. To the graduating cadets today, please continue your studies and go get your high school diploma. During and after your post-residential phase of the program, we want you to apply to us for financial assistance for your continued success. Never let finances be the reason you don't move forward. As you graduate, you are eligible for financial assistance anytime, and the foundation will be here to support you. If you have a dream, we will help you achieve it. Last night, I had the honor of presenting annual scholarship awards to the cadets in this class, and I'm honored to share the 24-2 recipients with all of you. Cadets, please stand when your name is called and remain standing until all announcements have been made. And audience, if you could please hold your applause until all scholarships are announced. The $1,000 Leandro Hasso Scholarship for Leadership for post-high school education or job training is awarded to the cadet that has demonstrated notable performance under difficult circumstances that merit recognition through overcoming learning challenges, exemplary consistency, and self-discipline. The outstanding cadet receiving the Hasso Scholarship is Cadet Alexandra Rose Irwin from 3rd Platoon. The $1,000 Major General Tim and Mary Lowenberg Scholarship Award for Excellence is for post-high school education or job training and is awarded to the cadet of the class, Cadet Riley Castro from 1st Platoon. The $1,500 Peterson Family Scholarship for Scholastic Achievement is awarded to the cadet with the highest academic achievement each cycle based on several factors, including grade point average. The Peterson Family Scholarship, Petersons are here today, is awarded to Cadet Anthony Sean Davis Johnson from 2nd Platoon. A new scholarship this year is being funded by the foundation, and it is the WY Foundation Scholarship. The cadre and counselors have chosen a cadet from each platoon who best embodies the spirit of kindness, empathy, camaraderie, and inclusiveness of the late director Larry Pierce. The following cadets each received a monetary award of $250 each, and they were given that last night, in order to be used any way that's important to them to carry on the legacy of service to others. From 1st Platoon, Wolfpack Cadet Joel Ortega. From 2nd Platoon Spartan Cadet Matthew James. And from 3rd Platoon Eagle Cadet Princess Salanoa. Congratulations to all of our scholarship winners. Thank you, cadets. You can be seated. Thank you. In closing, I want to thank all the cadre and the Academy staff. As a parent of a graduate, I will be forever grateful for the changes that it made in my family. And without these cadets would not be sitting here today. Cadets, congratulations on your accomplishments. Remember the lessons on building resilience that you learned through your experience here. Look back, not to dwell on your mistakes, trauma, or heartbreak, but rather to see how you have grown through your struggles. Each of you have unique talents, perspectives, and resources to offer this world. Whether through acts of kindness, service to others, or innovation in your career pathways, you have the ability to make a difference. Here you've been taught how to harness that power and how to create a positive change. As you leave here today, carry away those principles. Be the architect of your own destiny and embark fearlessly on your next journey as you live with purpose, embracing integrity and contribution every step of the way. In the words of the late director Larry Pierce, cadets, when you leave here, remember why you came here. Thank you.
It's my pleasure to introduce our case manager supervisor. This time every year, her team's preparing for commencement with the rest of the staff while simultaneously preparing for the next class of cadets and reaching out to graduates from the last 4 cycles for placement reports. Please join me in welcoming Miss Jen Bristol.
Thank you, Deputy. Wow, it's going to start already. Awesome. Okay. Cadets, congratulations. No one knows better than you how hard the last 5.5 months have been. What you have already learned, what you have overcome, and what you have accomplished to get here today deserves to be celebrated. Now let's be honest. Nothing about the Academy is easy. Cadets, do you agree this was hard work? Yeah. All right. How about you, families? Was it hard for you? All right. Staff, is it easy to be at the Academy? All right. Integrity check. Who here thought that you wouldn't make it through? All right. Raise your hand if you were ever in PT and thought, even briefly, I can't do one more push-up. I can't do one more V-up. Those are the ones that kill me. I can't toe the line for one more second. Or maybe you had thoughts that meant that, but were a little more colorful. Anyone here thought they wouldn't make it through acclimation? Okay. Maybe you had that voice in your head tell you, I'm not cut out for this. Maybe you thought it so hard you walked off once or 3 times, whatever. Really? No one walked off? You were all here the whole, oh, there we go. The 3 times, I know you're there. Okay. How about you, loved ones? Raise your hand if you ever thought you just couldn't wait for that phone call. Okay. Who here listened to their cadet struggle and thought, even for a second, what was I thinking? I'll just go get them. Okay. I have a feeling there were a few more, they just don't want to be honest about it. Staff, we get to go home at night, but that doesn't make it cake for us either. Some of you may have to search your long-term memory because you've been here a while, but please, raise your hand if you've wondered, even once since you started here, if you could really handle one more wrinkle or put out one more fire. I've had those thoughts more than once. The Academy is a trial by fire for all of us. If it was easy, everyone would do it. If it was easy, there wouldn't be a reason to do it. Cadets, I hope you saw all the raised hands. Everyone here has struggled. We have all stumbled. Sometimes we have landed flat on our face. And then we all got up and we carried on. Maybe not as smoothly as we would like, but we made it to this room. And in doing so, all of us here demonstrated we are leaders. Leading is what we do. All of us. Leading isn't what we do when we're thinking about it, when we're trying to lead. Okay, fine, it is. But that's the smallest part of it. If we can be seen, if we can be heard, heck, if we can be smelled, we are leading. We lead by example far more than we lead by words. You have seen this. You have felt this. Our actions provide an example, give permission for others. Did we walk right by that piece of garbage without picking it up? What message did we send? When we're slacking off at school or at work, what are our actions saying to our friends, our coworkers, to our younger siblings? Please, take a moment, everyone, and think about someone that you personally look up to as a leader. Got that person in your head? I talked with several of you, and I heard that it is the actions that matter, not the words. And when these leaders stumble, and they all do, they own it. They acknowledge their misstep, and then they move on. Cadets, you are leaders. You were before you got here. Maybe you realized people looked to you, or maybe not. But you are graduating the Washington Youth Challenge Academy today. Never again do you have the luxury of claiming that you don't know that someone is looking to you, that you don't know that you're a leader. From today on, whether you are leading others towards the positive or towards the questionable, you're making a choice of where you are leading, not if. Where? Now, does this mean that you need to be perfect? No. You're human. You're not robots. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to stumble. You're going to fall flat on your face. We all do. And when, not if, when you make those mistakes, own them. Be the leaders that you told me you admire. Have the courage to acknowledge your missteps. Acknowledge that you're human. And then carry on. Take the next step. You have completed the residential phase of the Washington Youth Challenge Academy. You can do hard things. The next phase of the challenge is to go home. Do them there. Contact us. Take us with you. Carry each other home with you. Go, stumble, acknowledge, carry on. Cadets, go be the leaders that we already know you to be. You can do this, and we are with you. Thank you.
It's my pleasure to welcome the official party to the stage. The official party consists of the Adjutant General of Washington, Major General Gent Welsh, the Command Senior Enlisted Leader to the State Adjutant General, Chief Command Master Sergeant Alan Lawson, the Director of the Washington Youth Challenge Academy, Director Amy Steinhilber, the Principal of the Washington Youth Challenge Academy, Assistant Principal Jim Kopecki, and the Commandant of the Washington Youth Challenge Academy, Major Chris Acuna. Counselor Melissa Faulkner will read the names of the cadets as we celebrate their completion of the residential phase.
Well, what a privilege. Let me introduce you to our cadet graduates. Cadet Commander McKenna Elaine Plesko. From the 1st Platoon Wolfpack, Nico Capone, who regretfully could not be here today. Brandon Castro. Chris J. Castro. Riley Castro. Jared Cervantes. Vincent Darius Corbin. Riyadh Counter. Jose Fabian. Eliseo Bernal. Edwin Garza Fabian Lopez. Francisco González Pacheco. Gavin J. Greg Palacios. Carlos Uriel Guerrero Castañeda. Travis Henry. Deontay Holmes Davenport. Juan Joselo Huerta. Nathaniel Infante. Ryan Johnson. Texas Callis. Jonathan Lopez. Eric McConaughey. Brandon Ismael Medina Macías. Miguel Ángel Mendoza. Ethan Mora. Andrew Mulvane. Jeffrey Natividad. David Ogle. Joel Ruben Ortega. Josué Peralta. Wyatt Pertz. Horacio Ramos. Alexis Rivera. Abraham Edwin Rodriguez Cacuillas. Alex Rosales Lucas. Aiden Ruiz Arevalo. Kevin Salinas Lopez. Marlon Brandon Sánchez Flores. Joshua Sanchez Pichardo. Joab Santiago Garcia. Juan Saravia. Caleb Shank. Evan Spurb. Oscar Vasquez Garcia. Miguel Isidro Zaragoza. And from the 2nd Platoon Spartans, Sefin Selpalik Timothy. Isaac Alvarez. Xochitl Huitzilin Ángeles. David Alejandro Arvizu Mendoza. Kevin G. Barron Ramirez. Esteban Emanuel Betanzos Galván. David Cardosa. Nathaniel Richard Carpenter. Chris Cueto. Elgar Cuevas Galván. Anthony Johnson. Sebastián Francisco de la Torre Gómez. Brandon Doval Sánchez. Juan Fierro Laureano. DeWitt Gende. Alexis Gómez. Brian Adolfo Hernández Hernández. Matthew James. Joba Prince Kabua. Judah Kai Kariasing. You're welcome. Edward George Kelly. Braden Michael Kettleson. Ángel Daniel López Alvarado. Michael Manso Rivera. Carlos Melchor Morales. Bryce Mentel. Jalen David Merksen. Jason Blue Morgan Jr. Caden Newitt Perez. Cruzberto Olmos. Gustavo de los Santos. Carlos Paz Montez. Dadrian Ray Perez Sweeney. Aiden Petersdorf. Carlos M. Ramirez. Martín Grano. Josiah George Parra Rodriguez. Benjamin Sanchez. Christopher Sanchez Martinez. Manuel Alexander Santana. Riker Sexton. Carlos Daniel Tamayo Trujillo. Josué Arciel Tapia. Luis Osvaldo Vélez Brambila. Benjamin Taylor Storm. Fernando Zenil Rodriguez. From the 3rd Platoon Eagles, Esperanza Elizabeth Ángeles. Honey Emily Hamale Anian. Grace Ellen Bales. Anieli Bastian Elias. Stella Olivia Burry. Miana Rose Cope Ortega. Maya Lynn Dallas. Kimberly Michelle Daly Lozier. Alina Itzel de la Mora Mendoza. Susan DeBroom. Adilene Jacqueline Diaz Ubay. Isabella Marie Dole. Emmy Maribel Escobar. Yoseline Vanessa Arevalos Fermín Llerena. Karina Julia Marie Frost. Linsha Kemunto Gekanana. Maria Esther Gonzalez Suarez. Shayna Gonzalez Luna. Giselle Hernandez Enriquez Degante. Melissa Michelle Hoyos Marenco. Alexandria Rose Irwin. Samantha Daniel Islas León. Hadasha Grace Jamodre. Dalile León Soto. Jasmine Lopez. Ana Alicia Lopez Castro. Dayanara Lopez Sisique. Andrea Naomi Martinez Sosa Flores. Teresa Jordan Suapaia Naufahu. Azucena Mendoza de la Paz. Marisela González. Gabriela Mendoza Cuevas. Saraí Molina Aguilar. Cadence Perez. Brianda Yesamin Renteria Cárdenas. Saraí Nevea Rodríguez. Princess Nara Salanoa Stevens. Dulce Camila Sánchez Vargas. Camila Soto Ruiz Reyes. Roxanne Arlita Squally Johns. Jackie Tosai Valenzuela Guillen. Alana Jenalisa Valle. Yoseline Ashley Vicente Mendoza. Walker. And Dieris Moet Lene Wiley.
Well, good morning. I'm Jim Kopecki, and I am privileged to be the assistant principal at the Washington Youth Challenge Academy. I'd like to welcome all the friends, family members, and special guests who are here to witness the success of these cadets. And can we have one more round of applause for all the cadets that have made us so proud today? Cadets, over the past 22 weeks, you have operated at the edge of your capacity. You've pushed yourself, and you've grown academically, emotionally, and physically. You've mastered challenges that you've never expected to encounter, and you have gained skills and dispositions that will lead you towards success as you move through life. I want to acknowledge the faculty, the cadre, and the staff at the Washington Youth Challenge Academy. The growth that you experienced is a direct result of their influence, motivation, and problem solving. Can we take a moment to recognize the dedicated staff at the Washington Youth Challenge Academy, please? Well, cadets, congratulations. You have made it to the end of this round of the journey. You've risen early. You completed your PT in the cold and in the rain. You pushed yourself to do more and more classwork than you've ever done before. Your grades have improved, and you've been tested over and over and over. TABE, I-Ready, Avant, ASFAB, TABE again, I-Ready again, over and over. And each time you've been held accountable by staff, and most importantly, by yourselves. This has not been easy for you, and to be clear, it was not meant to be easy for you. You have been challenged. We've pushed you to develop resiliency to meet the challenges that life will bring you. The American labor activist Helen Keller once remarked that character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through the experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. As humans, we are lucky that life will provide many opportunities to build character. We will all suffer, and we are all put through many trials. But I would push back against Ms. Keller a bit. In my mind, it's not the suffering or the trials that create our characters. It's how we face the trials and how we endure our suffering that truly define the character that we have. Over the past 22 weeks, you have met challenges with determination and resilience. You have endured your suffering with bearing and grace. And as you return to your homes and community, I ask that you bring your determination, your bearing and your resilience, and your grace with you. And I ask that you continue to rise to meet challenges and that you be a source of support for others. Cadets, traditionally when graduates turn their tassel, it's a symbol of academic completion and an end to a portion of their academic career. I ask you not to see this as the end, but as the beginning. Although you will be leaving the residential portion of the program, you are still Washington Youth Challenge Academy cadets. You will still do hard things, and you will still be supported. Cadets, prepare to turn your tassels. Cadets, turn your tassels. I now have the honor of introducing the director of the Washington Youth Challenge Program, Amy Steinhelper.
So today, throughout these messages, we've heard the theme of inspiring resilient leaders. People who persevere in serving and accomplishing great things no matter what life throws their way. There's plenty written by PhDs, soldiers, and CEOs about resilient leaders and how to feed the fires of resilience as we grow and lead. These cadets learned from the resilient leaders whose names are written in your programs, along with all of you in the audience. Today we entrust them to return to their lives and intentionally inspire resilient leadership through their own values, choices, and actions. But before we do, bear with me just a short time more. Historian Nancy Cohn wrote a book called Forged in Crisis: The Power of Courageous Leadership in Turbulent Times. In it, she studied many resilient leaders like escaped slave and abolitionist Frederick Douglass, explorer Ernest Shackleton, Nazi-defying Lutheran minister Dietrich Bonhoeffer, and my favorite, President Lincoln. These examples revealed that resilience was something each of them had to feed to fuel their ability to do more and to do extraordinary things. So I have a lifelong fascination with President Abraham Lincoln. So many photographs of his gloomy expressions drew me to the man whose climb to the presidency was just in and of itself an amazing story of resilience, and who entered the White House with 7 states already seceded as the nation continued to divide around him. A study of Lincoln reveals that he experienced trauma throughout his young life and suffered from clinical depression and anxiety throughout his adulthood. And so given his own burdens, just imagine how hard that was to lead a whole entire nation back together. How? He exercised his resilient muscles physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially. No stranger to physical exercise, Abraham Lincoln was known to wake early and exercise on the White House grounds. As a youth, he worked hard labor, including splitting logs for the railroad, and rarely lost a wrestling match. Lincoln had never seen combat before the Civil War, but taught himself tactics through books, studying the outcomes of his generals, and he sought mentors from among those more experienced than himself. It was because of Lincoln's depression that he often spent time alone, meditating on a particular problem. And this allowed him to avoid distractions and creatively solve political quagmires. Despite his depression and anxiety, he also fed his resilience as a renowned joke and storyteller. And he sometimes used stories to answer complicated questions and jokes to help himself and others navigate the sorrow of a particular moment. Finally, it was said of Lincoln that he didn't judge others based on whether he liked them or not, but found common ground and objectives, filling his presidential cabinet with political enemies in order to ensure multiple perspectives and solutions to the nation's turmoil. He fed his resilience muscles with physical, mental, emotional, and social exercise to foster his own health and growth, along with that of a nation. And we have the same opportunity, cadets. How do we do this? It starts with one step at a time. You've heard them already tell you this. Very small sometimes when we choose to lean into difficulties, not avoid them. Our body hurts, so we stretch and exercise. Our memory fails, so we get more sleep. Our emotions reel, so we take a few minutes to box breathe. There's a person in our face that triggers our past trauma, so we practice our strategies to regulate our emotions. We check our assumptions, we hunt the good stuff, we express gratitude, and oh yeah, we spend more time with that person. Now, we could just park our sore bodies on the couch, stay up all night playing video games or watching movies. We could skip that difficult class that we tell ourselves, we can't learn, fill in the blank. Anyway, we could alienate people around us, letting our feelings run rampant. Or we could just avoid people whose struggles set us apart. The choice is ours, and so are the consequences. One practice leads to a life of loneliness, devoid of meaning and without purpose. The other practice turns a ripple of growth into a tsunami, into a movement for us and for those around us. Since July, these cadets collectively earned 965 high school credits, an average of 7.1 credits each. 'em. Go ahead and clap. That's amazing. 'Em. 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 ' And this doesn't even include the 86 cadets who took the Avant language test and earned up to 4 additional credits for their foreign language requirements. Along with the academics, they put in the sweat equity to become more physically fit. In fact, they averaged, their mile run is 4 minutes faster than when they arrived. They contributed more than 7,300 hours of volunteer service to the community, and that's a value, cadets, of, yeah. That's a value of $296,844 they gave back to the community. So most importantly, cadets learned how to build their own resilience muscles and helped each other grow in all 8 core components. So class 24-2, you know how to take that one step toward difficulty. You did it in July and you continued doing it ever since. Go show your loved ones and the world how your leadership can inspire families, communities, our nation, and the world. It's now for your final, thank you. It's now my honor and privilege for your final command to introduce our Commandant, Christopher Acuna.
We're almost there. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to impact these young people in the way that we do. And to the entire Youth Academy staff, to you, the community partners, thank you for your unwavering dedication and support. Cadets, the many weeks that you've been here have prepared you well for what lies ahead. Every challenge you overcame, every safe failure, every win has boosted your confidence. You've transformed yourselves into highly disciplined individuals who have the power to be self-correcting and self-reliant. Make a commitment to use your skills to do good things. You join the 3,819 cadets that sit where you are right now. And like you, they looked forward to their post-residential phase with eager anticipation. And many of them encountered challenges that they hadn't planned for. The same thing can happen to you, but don't be afraid. Have faith that you're strong enough to handle any challenge that comes your way. Prepare, plan, learn. Pursue excellence in all you do. Stay connected to your Youth Academy family. Fulfill your commitment to your post-residential phase. Stay connected to your educational goals. And do stay in touch with your case managers. Whoop! All right. We're very proud of what you've accomplished. And before I have them stand up and I dismiss them, ladies and gentlemen, the clearing process will happen behind the curtain. So after I dismiss them, they're going to make their way into the center here, and they'll find you and you find them, and you've got about half an hour or so to mingle and take pictures and all of those good things. When you're ready to clear and I'll process, make your way to my left, your right, through the behind the curtain, and each station, the cadets will stop at the med station, drop off their caps and gowns, sign for the grad packs. That's a signature we need from you. And then they'll be picking up their personal gear. So once again, when you're ready, out processing in this direction. Class 2024-2, dismissed! Does that mean